Hello, good morning. In the first or second class, we had already discussed about the first law of thermodynamics, and in the today's class, that is the second law of thermodynamics, there are many statements formulated for the second law of thermodynamics, and which means the same thing. That is, we already know the first law of thermodynamics, that is the statement of first law of thermodynamics, that is when a certain amount of heat Q is supplied to a system which does the external work W in passing from initial state 1 to the final state 2, the amount of heat is equal to the sum of increase in the internal energy of the system and the external work done by the system. That is, first law of thermodynamics mathematically written as the Q is equals to U2 minus U1 plus W. That means the amount of the sum of amount of heat is equal to, that is Q is the amount of heat, Q is equals to the sum of increase in the internal energy of the system and the external work done. So this is the first law of thermodynamics, but this law has many drawbacks, so that's why to overcome the drawbacks, for example, the first law of thermodynamics has no answer why the heat is always flows from a body at higher temperature to a body at the lower temperature. First law of thermodynamics does not say anything about the exact amount of how much exact amount of energy is calculated. Means by using this formula we cannot calculate the exact amount of energy. Okay, so that means we only calculate the increase in internal energy, only the increase in internal U2 minus U1, but we can't calculate the exact amount of internal energy which we use to increase the work done or to perform the work done. So first law of thermodynamics has many drawbacks. So to overcome the drawbacks of first law of thermodynamics, the second law of thermodynamics formulated. The second law of thermodynamics has stated in number of ways, which means the same thing. So second law of in our syllabus we have only statement of second law of thermodynamics. So there are many statements. First statement is the Lord Kelvin statement. This is the second law of thermodynamics. So the statement of Kelvin statement is Lord Kelvin's law is, in a heat engine the working substance extract heat from the source, converted a part of it into work and reject the rest to the sink at the lower temperature. So as we know, the heat engine absorbs Q1 amount of heat from the source maintained at the higher temperature, and by absorbing this heat Q1 amount of heat, the work is performed by the heat engine, and the rest of the heat, the remaining heat, is evolved or rejected to the sink which is maintained at the lower temperature. So this is the statement: in a heat engine the working substance extract heat from the source, converted a part of it into work and reject the rest to the sink at a lower temperature. Okay, so this law is stated in another, that is, it is impossible to get a continuous supply of work from a body by cooling it to a temperature lower than that of its surrounding. We know that there is a continuously in a cyclic process, there is a continuously performance given by the machine. That means Q1 amount of heat is extracted, Q1 amount of heat is absorbed from the source and perform work, and Q2 amount of heat is rejected to the sink. Again in the next cycle, then again absorption, then again rejection, again absorption, again rejection. So at the final stages the temperature becomes the source is maintained at the higher temperature. So by continuously absorbing heat from the source, the temperature of the source is decreases, and due to which one stage is come, that stage no work is done and no temperature, means the temperature of the source is lowered as according to the surrounding. So that's why this is another form. It is impossible to get a continuous supply of work. Okay, so by using this concept we cannot continuously absorb amount of heat and continuously perform a work done. So it is impossible to get a continuous supply of work from a body by cooling it to a temperature lower than that of its surrounding. When the temperature of the source becomes lowered according to the surrounding, there is no continuously supply of the work from the body. Okay, so this is the Lord Kelvin statement, first statement. Then another law is the Planck's law. This is the second number of statement. So Planck's law, Planck's statement is, it is impossible to construct an engine which working in a complete cycle will produce no effect other than the raising of the weight and the cooling of the heat reservoir. So in that concept also, it is impossible. There is no any engine which continues, which working in the complete cycle. It will produce no effect other than the raising of the weight. That means there is a compression or expansion. If there is a expansion, that means raising of the weight and cooling of the heat reservoir. Means, for example, heat reservoir is a source. Then source maintained at the higher temperature, then continue after the work. The source is at the lower temperature. That means there is a cooling of the heat reservoir. So this is the second Planck statement. Then next statement is the Kelvin. So by joining these two statements, Lord Kelvin statement and the Planck statement, so there is a evolution of the third statement, that is the Kelvin-Planck statement. This is the joining of these two statements. Okay. So it is impossible to construct an engine which operating in a cycle has the sole effect of extracting heat from the reservoir and performing an equivalent amount of work. That means we already know the efficiency of any engine, never less than 100. So this is the third statement of the second law of thermodynamics, that is, it is impossible to construct an engine which operating in a cycle has the sole effect of extracting heat from the reservoir and performing an equivalent amount of work. So it is a simple statement, that is joining of these two statements, that is it is impossible to construct an engine which operating in a cycle, okay, and has the sole effect of extracting heat from the reservoir, means the extracting heat from the source and performing equivalent amount of work. That means there is no any machine which has an efficiency 100%, means some part of heat is extracted to the sink, rejected to the sink. That means there is no any exact work done. What is the amount of heat is accepted or absorbed from the source or the reservoir, then 100% heat is not used to perform the work done. That is, this is the sole effect, as sole effect of extracting heat from the reservoir and performing an equivalent amount of work. It is impossible to construct an heat engine. So that type of heat engine is impossible to construct which has an equivalent work done as according to heat accepted from the reservoir. Okay, so these are the three statements of the second law of thermodynamics. In the next class we will see the fourth statement, that is the another Clausius statement of the second law of thermodynamics, and after that with that there is a Carnot's theorem. Okay, so we will see in the next class. Thank you.